Further ado, let's get going. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being with us here today. My name is Phil Bowers. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager here at Grandstream. Today's webinar is what we're calling the Grandstream Reseller Marketing Webinars. You may have seen us run a couple of these in the past. We actually did a couple of these, I believe 3 of these back in the month of March. They were formerly called Grandstream Reseller Training Webinars. I decided to remove the training term from the title, as these are by no means required for being a Grandstream reseller. But the point of this webinar today, what used to be called our reseller training webinar, now we call it our reseller marketing webinar, is really to just kind of give you the tools and the resources as a Grandstream reseller, whether you're new, established, you've been with us for a long time. Basically, the tools, knowledge, and insight to be able to expand your sales of Grandstream products through various. So basically, what we're going to cover today is everything from Grandstream messaging, positioning, competitive advantages, really the stuff that your customers are going to be interested in. And we're giving you here today the tools, the knowledge, basically how to talk about Grandstream, how to sell Grandstream to your customers. And then we'll wrap up with going into the sales, marketing, and technical support offerings that we have, programs, platforms, etc., to allow you to get even more out of your sales of Grandstream products. So as you see here on the agenda, we're going to start out with an introduction into Grandstream. I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of an overview of Grandstream, tell you about our vision, kind of pretty much tell you about where we're going, how we got to where we are. We'll go into the second part of it, Grandstream positioning, basically how to talk about Grandstream, the competitive advantages we offer, the programs that we offer, the way in which our solutions are really designed to allow your end user customers to build entire solutions and customize them in a way that's best for their business. The third section we'll go into comparing Grandstream to our direct competition. We're going to analyze it generally, and then we're going to look at our VoIP portfolio, kind of how that stacks up, the advantages that we offer there, our UC products, mainly our UCM series, and kind of the advantages that we offer there. And then we'll wrap up that section by going through our networking solutions, and I'll tell you about kind of how we stack up and what's so great about Grandstream networking solutions. And then we will wrap up with by going through the marketing, sales, and tech support tools, resources, and advice that we have to offer here at Grandstream. If you do have any questions at any point in time, please feel free to submit them over to me. I have a second monitor that I'm looking at to my right, which I basically have the attendee view, so I'm seeing everything that you guys are seeing. I kind of like to do that just in case anything happens during the course of the webinar, in case there's a delay, that I can kind of see that as well. But the other great thing is it allows me to see all the questions. So feel free to type over any questions that you have. I would prefer if you could use the group chat, because that's a little bit easier for me to kind of monitor on my second screen. You can also use the question and answer section. But if you do have any questions, I would recommend typing them over to me through the group chat. I will kind of keep an eye on that, and as I get a chance, as we go through, I'll answer any questions. We'll also have a Q&A at the end. All right. Let me grab a drink of water, and then let's go right into it. As I mentioned, this webinar usually goes an hour and 15 minutes, sometimes even a little bit longer. I'm going to do my best today to condense this, to keep it to an hour and 15 minutes. All right. So let's start out. Introduction into Grandstream. Starting at a super high level view of Grandstream. So to kind of give you the backstory of Grandstream, we were founded in 2002, basically out of an apartment here in Boston on Brighton Street, for those of you that know Boston, out in the Brighton-Allston section. So back in the early 2000s is kind of when obviously the internet era really began to take over, Web 2.0, all that. It was really the beginning of when SIP and VoIP began to really take off and begin to more or less begin to realize its potential. So we set out, our founders set out to build some of the first SIP devices anywhere in the world. 1 and 2 line IP phones that would allow businesses or users to take advantage of the internet and communicate through the internet through what we now know as VoIP, and analog telephone adapters, which would allow companies or allow anyone to take an analog device and shoot it through a VoIP connection. So that was 2002. Those are the 2 products that we started with, and because of that, we are truly one of the original manufacturers in the SIP marketplace. Founded in 2002, our first products hit the market in 2003. We have expertise in everything that we do because we've been doing it almost longer than anybody else on the planet. So we started with, as I just mentioned, a couple basically IP phones, analog telephone adapters. Those are, kind of more or less what we've been best known for throughout our company's history, specifically the IP phones. And the way that Grandstream has really evolved and kind of what you'll see our vision has become is to provide complete solutions. And so that's what we've done. We've expanded. We've gone from IP phone to offering primarily IP phones to now offering a full portfolio of every product, every device, every solution, mainly on the endpoint side of things that any business is going to need to put in place a business communication solution. We're a one-stop shop. Everything you need, whether it be IP phones, IP PBXs, video conferencing, video surveillance, facility access, mobility solutions. We'll go through all of this a lot more as we go, but we are truly now a one-stop shop, and that's really one of our biggest advantages and one of our biggest unique differentiators to our competition is the fact that we do offer complete solutions and that one-stop shop. Our products are sold and used in 150 countries around the world. We have a truly global distribution model. I'll show you kind of the layout of Grandstream in terms of our offices and resources around the world on the next slide. Historically, and we'll touch on this more as we go, historically our target market and kind of the market that our products are best for is the small to medium-sized business marketplace. The combination of features and cost and ease of use that we offer is something that is really enabled small to medium-sized businesses to do more, to communicate more, to expand what they're doing, more than what other companies are doing. Over the last, we'll say 5, 6, 7 years, come out with, because of the wide variety of solutions we have, and because we've beefed up our portfolio and the functionality of all of our products now also fit very well into enterprises, into the consumer marketplace, into hospitality, retail, medical, industrial settings, etc. Everything that we do here at Grandstream is open source, whether it be our IP phones, which either run Linux or Android, all of our video communication solutions, except for surveillance, are going to run on Android. Our PBX, the UCM series, runs on Asterisk. So everything we do is open source, not proprietary in any nature. And because of that, everything we make is going to be fully compatible with any third-party SIP product, service, etc. All right, so now just to kind of go over this quickly, kind of the lay of the land in terms of Grandstream's worldwide presence. We are headquartered here in Boston, Massachusetts. As I mentioned to you earlier, we were founded here back in 2002, and we currently have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different official offices across the world. 3 here in the United States. We have and I guess the main thing I should point out here is that for all of our customers and partners outside of North America, we have developed and put in place specific regional technical support centers around the world to allow us to provide technical support to our users, to our partners, to our customers in their local language and their local time zone. So for example, our Latin America support center is down in Valencia, Venezuela. Our EMEA, Europe, Middle East, Africa support center is in Casablanca, Morocco. And our APAC technical support center is down there in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We also have a variety of other offices throughout the United States and throughout China, which are a mix of research and development centers and local stocking warehouses. So to kind of give you I mentioned this a little bit on the first slide, but I always like to throw this slide up because it kind of really gives you a great idea of where we've come from and how we have really enacted that vision of providing complete communication solutions, not just specific endpoints. So founded back in 2002. 2005, so as I mentioned in 2002, we were mainly IP phones and analog telephone adapters, 1 and 2 line IP phones. They were, see the picture of it there, and probably some of you may have them laying around in your lab still. Our Budgetone series, they were lay flat phones with big keys, big blue keys, and very simple, 1 or 2 line monochrome screens. So you can see, truly how far, not just Grandstream, but the IP phone in general has come in that time. 2005, we began to get into the video side of things. It was one of actually the first IP video phones on the market, our GXB 3000. Some of you may also have this still in your labs. You'll see that it looks very similar to a lot of the original series or the original generation of Cisco IP video phones. 2008 is when I would say we really began to kind of enact our vision of providing complete solutions. So we were selling IP phones and ATAs to businesses around the world, and we began to say, hey, we can actually enable our partners, resellers, to sell more to their customers, to expand what they're working on. VoIP and SIP is such a, it's not just for voice, it's a full communication solution platform, basically. And so in 2008, we came out with IP video surveillance products that use nearly the same SIP stack as our IP phones, that allowed you to install these on any SIP network just as an extension, allow these devices to make, receive calls, send out alerts, interact with other devices and platforms the same way that an IP phone would. 2013 is when the solution mentality really began to take place with our UCM series. I consider the UCM series are really the anchor to everything that we do. It is the one product, the one category of products that we make that really gives you the ability to bring everything together. Every product we make can be installed and managed using an IP PBX, and ideally our UCM series of IP PBXs to complete those solutions. We'll talk a lot more about that as we go. 2015, we got into video conferencing. 2015 was also, in my opinion, one of the biggest years in the history of Grandstream, because we rebranded, as you see on going back to 2002, our old logo, new logo, tagline, branding that we implemented in 2015. And then the last 2 years, we've continued to expand that solution in 2016 by adding networking solutions, Wi-Fi access points and routers, 2017, with our facility access solutions. And as we move into 2018, we're continuing to expand that with upcoming cloud Wi-Fi controllers, with on-premise video conferencing servers, with wireless Wi-Fi IP phones. Again, continuing to expand that solution to allow our customers and partners to offer complete business communication solutions, all from Grandstream, that one-stop shop mentality I talked about earlier. In terms of this kind of some little shameless promotion here, Grandstream has an award-winning history. We've, the awards that I really like to point out, or the single one that I like to point out, is that logo you see there. Frost & Sullivan, which I'm sure many of you are aware of, they're pretty much one of the largest and most well-known market research companies in the world, specifically within the technology sector. 2016, they named Grandstream their Enterprise IP Endpoints Company of the Year. They chose us over every manufacturer that you can think of in the world, all the big ones, your Cisco, Polycom, J-Link, et cetera, et cetera. We won this award over all of those companies and more companies. And really, the reason I believe this award is such a powerful award is because it doesn't just, it's not a pay-for-play award, frankly, like those of you in the tech industry know some of the other ones. We were chosen for this award independently by Frost & Sullivan because of the full package of everything we offer with our endpoints, not just the quality they offer or the features they offer, but the provisioning platforms we offer, the channel programs we offer, the technical support programs we offer, all went into that. So that's really, in my opinion, one of the best indicators that really shows you how strong of an offering that we have over here at Grandstream. We've been named at a Deloitte Technology Fast 500 multiple times. We're now a 16-time winner of Internet Telephony Magazine's Product of the Year Award with our GDS 3710 winning it earlier this year. And now a 10-time winner of the TMC Labs Innovation Award with our GVC 3210 winning that actually 2 days ago. Yeah, so that's really the main thing here. Keep moving on. So to kind of wrap up this beginning introduction into Grandstream section, I want to kind of we'll go through our mission, the three-line mission that we have created, or actually technically that I created when we did that rebrand a couple of years ago. And essentially what we were looking to do was to, develop some type of tagline or mentality that really brought our entire channel together, that showed that, we're not just selling IP phones or video conferencing. Like, there is a much bigger impact that we're having here, and that is that we are all together, Grandstream, our channel partners, resellers, end users, helping to connect the world. I'll tell this story in a little bit, but one of the things that stand out about Grandstream and kind of the one we'll call a consistent story across all of our product categories is that we are doing more, like I told you earlier, to make high-end technology, state-of-the-art communications technology, attainable for businesses of all sizes. A lot of this technology that we make and that we offer historically has been incredibly complicated, incredibly expensive, hard to manage, et cetera, et cetera. And what we've done and what we strive to do is to connect the world by providing high-quality, state-of-the-art communication solutions that are easily attainable, and by that I mean affordable, easy to use, and easy to manage. So we believe in connecting the world. We believe that every business, large or small, should have the tools to communicate from anywhere on any device. We design products that make this belief a reality. We are truly our vision is to connect businesses across the world by making state-of-the-art communications technology easier to use and more attainable than ever before. And that's how we make products that make our connecting the world belief a reality. All right, Grandstream positioning. We kind of just touched on it a little bit, so I should be able to get through this pretty quickly. So the first thing, and you've heard a lot about this today, is solutions. We do not consider ourselves just an endpoint manufacturer, and technically we're not. We are a provider of complete business communication solutions, a one-stop shop for any business to get every device that they're going to need to put in place a state-of-the-art communication platform, whether it be their IP phones, whether it be their back-end management platforms with the UCM series of IP PBXs or our IP Video Talk cloud collaboration platform, to have conferencing endpoints, to have access control and video security, video surveillance products, to install powerful Wi-Fi networks, to have the ability to access all of this remotely on mobile devices, to have that integrated with this whole platform, data tools to allow you to manage and improve your efforts going forward, and the ability to integrate analog devices and analog platforms with this entire solution. And that's what you get from Grandstream, a complete business communication solution. You don't have to go around and find different products from different manufacturers and then go back and check on if they're compatible or what features might not be compatible. You can get everything that you need for a communication solution all from Grandstream, a one-stop shop, making it as easy as possible. And as we'll touch on later, because we make all of this, our devices and our solutions are optimized to work together and provide you features you're not going to get with other solutions. Talk about that in a little bit. So not only do we provide all of these solutions, but we make them in a way that allows businesses to customize them to work how a business works and not how our devices work, for example. So what I mean by this is, we provide all the features, all the functionality that we can possibly provide. Everything with all of our products is fully open source technology that provides a customizable platform with every feature and functionality that we can offer that a business can customize the way that they want. Whereas with a lot of other manufacturers, especially with some of those back-end platforms, or with video conferencing, or with networking, or an IP PBX or a hosted platform. You're going to buy a basic platform, and then if you want to add features to it, you have to buy those features or add those features in addition. Whereas we give you access to everything that every feature, every functionality we can possibly give you. As I mentioned earlier, nothing we do is proprietary. We don't lock you into only using Grandstream services. Everything is open SIP, and it allows you to use it with any platform, any application that based on SIP or is run SIPs that you would want. A couple other points on the customized solutions. Obviously, no licensing fees, and that's one of the other things that I meant by that we provide everything. We don't charge any licensing fees at any point in time, any cost per feature. Everything we can give you is available in the one-time upfront purchase price. We're constantly adding features and functionality to our solutions through free firmware and software upgrades that just expand the life and the features and functionality of these devices. What else did we talk about? That pretty much covers most of it. Everything, again, no licensing fees, flexible, customizable solutions that are open source and can really be integrated with a lot of other services, platforms, applications, etc. It's all future-proof, it's all SIP, it's all open source, so it's going to be able to work with anything in the future. And especially if you're using our UCM series of PBXs, it's all going to be fully expandable. You're going to have access, again, to that full platform and the full platform for the one-time upfront purchase price. If you want to expand what you're doing with it, add new users, add new features, take advantage of new things, that's all free. You have the full functionality to do that. Yeah, so that pretty much wraps up this slide. We're a complete solutions provider, allowing you and your customers to get an entire business communication solution guaranteed to work together, optimized to work together, that is flexible, that is future-proof, that is expandable, all from one manufacturer, all that can be customized to work however a business wants it to work. Again, all of that put together, empowering businesses to do more by giving them access to these solutions in a very easy and cost-effective way. So I realize that I'm dragging on a little bit here already, so I'll try to pick it up and move a little bit faster. So the second part of the positioning, we just talked about the solutions. So now I'm going to talk about, kind of where a lot of these solutions came from and kind of the bigger meaning behind those solutions. So you see that tagline up at the top. We empower businesses to do more by providing those complete solutions in a way that's easy for them to use, that's attainable in terms of the price point that it offers, which allows them to maximize their deployment or allows you to maximize your customers' deployments. And now I want to go back to something I was talking about earlier. So we just talked about solutions, and earlier I was talking about that whole, our mission to make state-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art communications technology, easy to use, attainable. So in addition to the solutions that we provide, another major aspect and a central part of our positioning is the fact that we make traditionally complicated and expensive technology attainable, affordable, and easy to use. And this is something that this is a central part of our vision. The story, you see the three devices down there on the bottom. Our UCM series, the GVC series of video conferencing solutions, our GWN series. They all really have a very similar story as to where they came from in the vision that we have with them and why we believe they stand out so much on the market versus their competition. All of these products, PBXs, video conferencing, networking solutions, historically have been very complicated, very expensive, specifically the video conferencing and the PBX side of things. They were really priced just for enterprises. Because of how complex they were to set up and install, they required large IT teams, and because of how complex they were to use, they required trainings for end users to be able to use them. We saw that because of that, the small to medium-sized business marketplace, which is really the core of our target audience, was just simply being ignored across many different communication technology sectors, specifically these three. These platforms were too expensive, they were too big, they were too complex, for small to medium-sized businesses to use, who obviously have less resources, less spending power, not dedicated IT teams. However, we believe that all SMBs could benefit from this type of technology theoretically more than enterprises, because they need tools to help them do more with less, with little resources, to be able to compete with bigger companies. And by providing video collaborations, back-end unified communication platforms, or networking solutions that allow them to have access to all of those enterprise-grade features that their enterprise competitors have access to, but in a way that's easy for them to use, that doesn't require large IT teams, that's affordable, that is a game changer for SMBs, and that is another way that our solutions empower businesses to do more, because of the platforms that we've built that allow businesses to access this high-end, state-of-the-art technology like video conferencing at a price point that you're just not going to find elsewhere on the marketplace, with an easy-to-use Android interface, with a customizable platform that allows you to use any SIP H323 platform or Android, just for example, using our video conferencing solutions. So we provide complete solutions, all from the same manufacturer, and they're made to make traditionally complicated, expensive technology attainable, affordable, and easy to use. And you put all that together, more empowering businesses to do more and to communicate more than ever before. All right, let's keep moving on here. We are in section 3 now. Grandstream versus the competition. So I'm not going to touch specifically, I'm not going to compare, this model of IP phone to this competitor's model of IP phone. We're going to take a general high-level look at kind of where we stand out versus the competition. And we've kind of touched on a lot of this already, so I will avoid repeating myself on some of these things. So we just saw this slide again. We've talked a lot about the solutions that we provide. And this goes back to the fact that we are that one-stop shop for every VoIP, unified communications or networking tool, as well as data tools through our UCM series, mobility tools through our UCM series, the ability to integrate analog devices, and the ability to integrate video and access control security platforms. Again, we are really one of the only companies in the world that provides the complete set of solutions that we offer, and because of that, we're a one-stop shop. We allow businesses and resellers to easily get all of these devices from one place. Get all of them devices from one place. And we've talked about how, and I'll go into this more on the next slide, about how these solutions, not only do we provide them all, but we provide them in a cost-effective, easy to use, easy to install manner that allows businesses and yourself to actually maximize the deployment. For the dollar that you're going to spend, or for the time that you have to install it, you're going to be able to install more devices with Grandstream, and you utilize more devices because of everything that I just mentioned. So all of our solutions, obviously, the major benefit there, in addition to being able to get it all from the same place, is because we make all of these solutions, we have optimized them to work together. The comparison I like to use is an Internet of Things, and I have the next slide that kind of gives you a little bit more details as to what I'm talking about with the optimized integration of Grandstream solutions. And so this is where you may have heard us use the term in the past, the Grandstream Solution. This is what we're talking about. We have, and there's a couple of examples here, variety of ways that our products, that we have added features and functionality to them to allow them to proactively work together. So you not only have, for example, a voice phone, but you have a voice phone that's able to integrate with and make direct calls and communicate with a video conferencing system, or a facility access device, or through an IP camera, through the speaker, the microphone, or the intercom that might be included in that. If you have a video phone, our video phones, as you see going across here, gives you the ability to pick up those video phones and make simple SIP extension calls to our video intercoms, to our video security or video surveillance cameras, to our video conferencing cameras, and actually see live two-way video feeds right there on the screen of the devices, while also allowing those cameras and conferencing devices to proactively make SIP calls to other devices that might be joining a conference, or with our security cameras, if you have them set up to, if one senses motion or alarm goes off, can automatically trigger calls out to Grandstream phones. And many of the phones, our video phones, 2100 series phones, can actually see live video feeds from those cameras on the screen. So just numerous different ways in which our devices can work together. The best example here is probably the GDS, our facility access solutions that you see all the way over there on the left. We have, within the firmware for all of our IP phones, it actually natively, right out of the box, natively with this firmware, allows you to basically put our GDS facility access devices and any Grandstream any Grandstream phone on the same network, and allow you to actually open doors around the facility that are connected to any of our GDS devices by just pressing a button on any Grandstream phone. If they're a video phone or a 2100 series phone, like you see in the picture, you'll actually see live two-way audio and video, and have the ability to press a button, a soft key on the phone, to open the door. With our other phones, you'll have a two-way audio intercom connection and actually be able to press a button on the phone to open up doors right from a Grandstream phone. Really to open up doors right from a Grandstream phone, any door that's integrated with our GDS series. And then to add to all of this, we offer a variety of free mobility tools. Our free Grandstream Wave app is the best example there. Grandstream Wave is a free soft phone app for Android and for iOS. It is free, it supports 6 SIP accounts. You can use it with any SIP accounts. It doesn't have to be a Grandstream UCM series or Grandstream phone, any SIP accounts. Again, those are free tool. That's a free app, allows you to access all voice and video calling on your mobile device from anywhere that you have a connection on that mobile device, while also offering you a variety of other call forwarding tools to allow and make sure that that calls are always answered, while also allowing every feature and functionality about your solution to be able to be accessed remotely, whether it be through configuring them through web user interfaces, or accessing, for example, backend data tools, CDR call recordings, CRM platforms integrated with your solution, being able to access all of that remotely through the internet. And then to all of that, we now add the ability to add powerful Wi-Fi and wired network or solutions through our GWN series, the ability to integrate analog devices with your VoIP networks through our gateways and ATAs, and then through our UCM, the ability to really measure everything that you're doing with a variety of data and mobility tools, CRM, property management systems, recording, call detail records, and much more. So all of that from the integrated Grandstream solution, by allowing our basically variety of our solutions, our phones and our UCMs and video conferencing, video surveillance, facility access, all to work, and our GWNs all to work together. All right, Grandstream, now we're looking at specifically our VoIP products, and we're really pretty much here talking about IP phones and ATAs. And again, this is Grandstream versus the competition, a high-level overview of why our solutions are better options or are superior options to what the other options you have out there on the market. So in terms of IP phones, we have the ideal option for every user and every budget. We have a full, frankly, large portfolio of IP phones that allows you to find and really the ideal model for every user and every budget, whether you need basic IP phones, mid-range, high-end, video, decked cordless, soon to be Wi-Fi cordless IP phones as well, or Wi-Fi desktop IP phones. We literally have, I think it's 25 to 30 different IP phone models, have the ideal option for everyone. Our phones start at, I believe the 1610 retails for somewhere around $35 to $40 here in the US. So again, showing you that we really, have a phone for every budget, every type of user, every possible need, all from the same manufacturer, including, as you see there, voice, video, data, and mobility options. Our ATAs are, we believe, and we're almost positive, we are the world's leading manufacturer of ATAs, both in terms of sales and in terms of sheer volume of the devices we produce. In terms of ATAs, I really truly believe that our devices are far superior to any other ATA out there on the market. As I mentioned earlier, it's one of the first products that we ever made. We have developed some great relationships with some of the largest service providers in the world, which started years ago on our ATAs. Now, obviously, there's a lot of IP phones and other devices that we provide for them. But because we have these relationships with so many service providers, and because we've been deploying our HT series of ATAs for so many years with them, they're subject to these service providers' extremely stringent testing and requirements. And because of that, our ATAs are some of the best, most stable, most powerful devices out there. They've been used and deployed by and tested by service providers across the world for years. And because of that, we have in my opinion, superior portfolio of our HT series of analog telephone adapters, which I believe to be the standard on the ATA market. So the last thing here in terms of VoIP is price to feature ratio. I'm a marketing guy, so I really hate talking about sales. However, we do so the way that we, or excuse me, I said I hate talking about sales. I hate talking about price. However, the way that we put our own little marketing spin on that, because I'm sure many of you know, for sure, one of the biggest advantages that we offer here at Grandstream is the pricing that we offer. Our devices are really are designed to offer the same, if not larger, feature sets than all of our competitors, and to do so at a price point that is lower than all of them. And we've built an interface and an engine over the years that allows us to do that. They're powerful devices that just happen to have lower price points. And so the way that I like to put the marketing spin on that is we allow you to maximize customer deployments with the same budget with the budget that a customer has. You're going to be able to install more devices, install more powerful devices with Grandstream because we offer that complete solution I mentioned earlier, all from one manufacturer, and because those devices are priced to be very attainable to businesses around the world. So that price to feature ratio, really allowing you to maximize customer deployment, to put in endpoints that are as powerful as any as you can find on the market, but to do so at a price point that allows you to install more or to save your customers money, or to then use that extra part of the budget to also put video conferencing, video surveillance, facility access, networking, etc. Last thing here on the on the VoIP side of things, and this really goes back to the fact that all of our products are open source. They all run open source SIP. They're all going to be easily interoperable with any third-party SIP product, service, or platform that you can find. The logos you see here on the screen, these are all basically major SIP platform providers that provide, in most of these cases, they provide back-end platforms for service providers. So a lot of the largest service providers around the world are going to have their basically back-end service based off of or using one of the companies here on the screen, and BroadSoft, Ribbon, Metaswitch, Porta1, 3CX, really focusing on those. And then this, again, it's just to show that our products are going to be, we proactively go out and continuously test and certify our products with number of different major platform providers, as well as service providers and third-party technology or software application providers. You can go onto our website and see the full list. I would say by no means is it fully comprehensive. We're constantly doing so many testing, and there's so many SIP platforms out there that it's frankly hard to keep it all the way up to date. But you can go to grandstream.com/partners to kind of see a larger list that's broken into the different categories. The other thing for you as resellers that I like to mention is we're always testing and announcing new interoperability. We're always open to test with various various service providers, backend platforms, applications, whatnot. So if you're working on something, or if a customer wants to do a deployment with a service provider or with a platform provider or an app or a third-party company that we may not have announced certification with, let us know. And if there's definitely some traction there and some potential value for other resellers or other partners, we will gladly take it upon ourselves to do that testing and announce that interoperability. So if there's anything that we can do for you, if there's any interoperabilities you're looking for that we don't offer, let us know. Just to mention the question, I see a couple in the chat. I will share a link to the presentation after the webinar, which you'll be able to see the full audio and video recording. You'll get that in an email probably tomorrow. It'll just be up on our YouTube page. All right, so let's keep going here on the Grandstream versus the competition. So we started here with the Grandstream Solution and talking about how we are really one of the only companies that provide these complete solutions. The fact that our devices, because we provide those solutions, can work together in ways other manufacturers' products can't. Then we talked about our VoIP products and how we have the ideal option for every user and every budget, the ability to integrate analog devices, the ability to maximize customer deployments, fully interoperable. So now let's wrap up here with UC, video, and networking in terms of how we compare versus our competition. So on the UC side of things, here we're looking at the UCM series of IP PBXs, mainly. And then again, going back to what I said earlier, because this device is, like I said, the anchor of our solution, the one device that gives you the ability to actually build back-end platforms that allow you to take advantage of all the endpoints and to actually build the communication network processes, platforms that you're looking for. So it kind of goes back to the story that I told you earlier. Our UCM series was really designed to empower small to medium-sized businesses. These devices range in support from, we have a couple of devices that support 500 users, one that supports up to 800 users, one that supports up to 2,000 users. And what we do with these devices is we have built a fully functioning, high-end, enterprise-grade, unified communication engine for small to medium-sized businesses. Previously, these devices were extremely expensive, extremely complicated, required entire IT teams, essentially PBXs, on-premise PBXs, which really give businesses the ability to customize everything they're doing, have full control and full ownership over their solution. Historically wasn't really being built or targeted at small to medium-sized businesses. So that's why we set out to build the UCM series, came out in 2013, fully loaded, a full set of enterprise-grade features, everything we can offer you that the device can handle. Everything the device can do is available in just a one-time upfront purchase price. We're constantly putting out features or adding features and functionality to these PBXs, which allows you to get more out of your Grandstream endpoint specifically through free software and firmware upgrades. So for the UCM, for example, over the last year or so, we've added support for property management systems, which are popular with hotels, convention centers. We've added CRM integration, allowing you to integrate CRM platforms that a lot of sales-based businesses use with your communication platform. We've integrated a whole suite of call center features to allow you to use our UCM series as basically a platform for a call center without needing to go out and buy a whole bunch of other expensive platforms to do so. Another thing to point out here, and this is, I guess, more generally on the PBX, is historically PBXs are looked at as just voice servers. Our UCM series was designed to be a fully functioning unified communications manager. The UCM acronym stands for Unified Communications Manager. So it's so much more than just a full list of customizable voice features and voice platforms. It's everything we've been talking about in terms of full video functionality. These devices have full support for SIP video, H.264, H.265, and will therefore be compatible with any video endpoint and will pass through any video feeds to those endpoints. It has built-in data, CDR, CRM, property management systems, call recordings, CDRs, a whole list of features that allow you to basically get analytics and data on what you're doing, to track what you're doing, to improve it, to, you know, adjust in many different ways. These devices have built-in mobility, whether it be through the Grandstream Wave application that I mentioned, through the variety of call forwarding options that they support, through the ability to access all the data tools that I mentioned earlier remotely, through the web user interface, the ability to integrate security platforms, video security, for example, IP video surveillance cameras, as well as facility access solutions, all being able to be managed by this one simple, license-free, easy to manage, very cost-effective UCM series of IP PBXs. They're based on Asterisk, one of the most popular and stable PBX software platforms. They're very easy to install. I mentioned no licensing fees, and I mentioned all the things that the new services, softwares, platforms, applications that can be integrated with them. Again, allowing you to use our UCM series to build enterprise-grade unified communication platforms for really businesses of any size that are easy to use, that do not require licensing fees, but that have all the same high-end powerful features as any enterprise-grade PBX or hosted platform. All right, so that's the UCM series. Now let's move over to video. So I'm going to start here with, I'm going to kind of bypass the first bullet point for a second and start with our video conferencing solutions. So we designed our video conferencing solutions to make video conferencing, I hate to keep using these terms, but easier and more attainable than anywhere else. Historically, the problem of video conferencing, like PBXs, is that it was really complicated, really expensive. You had platforms and systems that cost $10, $15, $20, $30,000 that required you to use all of the same or basically to buy a back-end platform or servers that only work with the cameras from that manufacturer, that only allowed you to have access to one different platform, that locked you into contracts or to long-term deals with that manufacturer. All of that, again, just like PBXs, was a major roadblock for SMBs. They were not, basically the video conferencing was too expensive, it was not flexible, it was not customizable, it was hard to use, it was hard to install, it was complicated to manage. And so that we designed our GVC series of video conferencing devices to solve all of those problems. And what we've done is we now provide a truly flexible and customizable video conferencing platform. All of those devices are open source SIP. They can be, we obviously, many of you know, offer our own IP video talk cloud collaborations platform. However, as I mentioned, these devices are open source SIP or open source H323 and will support and will be able to be added to any SIP or H323 platform. They're also Android devices. All of our video conferencing solutions or video calling solutions are all based on Android, so not only do you have access to any SIP or H323 platform, but you also have access to communicating through these devices through very intuitive, very easy to use, and all of the Android apps that you're used to. And it's not only the use of those powerful and familiar apps, but it's the ability to use these devices to really break down the perceived complexity of video conferencing. If you've ever used an Android tablet, or if you ever used a tablet or a smartphone, our video conferencing solutions, the GVC series, is designed to operate exactly like that. Very easy to use, looks like an Android interface, same apps, same menus, same icons, et cetera, et cetera. So that all of that put together really allows you to build truly flexible and customizable conferencing solutions for your partner or for your customers. They can run on any SIP platform. They can run on multiple SIP platforms or H323 platforms while also using Android. Well, also, because they're SIP devices, you can simply register as an extension on an IP PBX, basically create a little video conferencing bridge. There's just so many ways to use these devices. You can access any SIP or H323 platform, multiple platforms, switch them as you go. Just use it as a video conferencing bridge on a local network. So many different ways to use these devices. Now transitioning over to our video phones, our IP video phones, I believe that our GXV series of IP video phones is truly one of the most unique and game-changing family of IP products out there on the market today. So basically the way I like to describe them is they are 3-in-1 devices. They give you the full functionality of an Android tablet, as like our other video collaboration devices. They run on open Android, full access to the Google Play Store and any app and any apps within that, Skype, Google Hangouts, GoToMeeting, etc. Also, it gives you the functionality of an Android tablet with all the web, multimedia, and application access. It also gives you a 6-line IP phone, or in the case of our new 3370, a 16-line IP phone, and then also gives you a desktop video conferencing or video collaboration engine, giving you a truly 3-in-1 device. Our GXV series of IP video phones is actually the #2, is the second, so I should explain it this way. We are the #2 provider of IP video phones in the world, right behind Polycom, really showing you the popularity of this GXV series. Also, to kind of go back to that whole price to price performance or price to feature ratio, this series of IP phones is going to do more than what a lot of Polycom video phones are going to do for you. That cost twice the amount, that aren't going to give you Android, that some of them aren't even going to have built-in cameras, that don't give you the ability to, really have that fully functioning tablet, IP phone, and video conferencing or video collaboration solution on the desktop. So that's kind of a quick overview of what makes our video conferencing, video collaboration, video phones so great. Testing. All right, and I just saw there was a comment that the sound went out. Seems to be okay on my end. I'll keep going. Sometimes the sound or video can cut out if your local connection gets bad. We always recommend for any of these types of webinars or online seminars to use a wired connection if you can. All right, so we're at about 50 minutes right now. I have one more slide here for you on kind of, again, what makes our solution so great. This is specifically on networking. And then after this, I'm going to wrap up with hopefully about 15 minutes of kind of going through an overview of all the sales, marketing, and support initiatives or programs or platforms that we offer you here at Grandstream to allow you to kind of make use of all of this branding, messaging, unique value propositions that I just mentioned, and actually increase your sales. So that's next. That'll be the last section to wrap up our Grandstream versus the competition here with networking solutions. So again, the first thing is it's another solution from the same manufacturer. All goes back to that whole solutions mentality of Grandstream being able to be a one-stop shop, every device, every solution, every endpoint, every backend platform you're going to need to put in place a business communication solution. Now you can also put in place a networking solution as well, which as we go, and as some of you may have seen some of the blogs I've put out or about Wi-Fi voice, or know about some of our upcoming Wi-Fi voice endpoints that we're working on. That's going to be the whole Wi-Fi voice trend is going to be really a major, I think, the next major step within the VoIP marketplace. Obviously, that really relates networking to the telephony solutions we offer. But obviously, a networking solution can really, or a Wi-Fi network can provide a hell of a lot more, if you allow me to use that term, than just Wi-Fi voice, as I mentioned. So another solution from the same manufacturer allows you as resellers and our partners to actually, again, upsell your customers, hopefully expand what you're able to offer them, not just unified communications, but now networking all from the same manufacturer. Probably the biggest advantage that we offer on the networking side of things is the controllerless technology that we have. So let me give you kind of a quick explanation of this. Controller is the part of any network, usually hardware or software, where that basically controls, sets up, manages the Wi-Fi access points on a network. Historically, most other manufacturers will require you to pay for separate software or hardware to for that access that controller. And then in using that, you have to install an access point, go back to the controller to actually install it through the through its web user interface. Go touch another or put in place another wireless access point, go back to the controller, and back and forth and back and forth. So what we've done is we have really made that process so much easier, made it so much easier to manage and install Wi-Fi networks by building the functionality of that controller into the web user interface of any of our access points. So any Grandstream access point is basically a Wi-Fi network controller. So from within the web user interface of any of our GWN series access points, you can set up and install entire other networks of Grandstream GWN series access points, build wireless networks, assign those networks, create passwords, combine access points onto the same networks, build different networks. Anything that you want to do to customize your network, you can all do centrally from just the web user interface of whichever GWN series access point you install first on your network. Basically prevents you from having to purchase or use that separate controller. It's all within the user interface that you would use to set up that first access point. It's all centrally managed there. You can access all of the information and all of the data and everything you're going to need to touch for your entire Wi-Fi network from within that controller, which is free. It is just simply included within the web user interface of any of our access points. For larger deployments, we offer, or even if you're looking for just kind of a centralized cloud management platform, we offer GWN Cloud. It is a free Wi-Fi controller, cloud Wi-Fi controller technology that we offer. It is free. There is no limit on the amount of access points that you can use with GWN Cloud or manage with GWN Cloud. Go to gwn.cloud to sign up for it. So not only do we offer this full portfolio of access points with great price to feature ratios that offer you state-of-the-art ranges, speeds, and more, but we also offer this truly controllerless centralized technology either through our cloud offering or through any access point to allow you to set up, manage, and control these devices very quickly, all from one centralized location. All right, so that kind of wraps up the networking competitive analysis. Again, I wasn't going through and comparing the specific competitors here, specific models. We're taking a high-level view on what makes our access points makes our networking solution so great. The last thing I'll mention here is we do have a full portfolio of APs, which we're actually going to continue expanding over the next couple of years. So we have a GWN 7610, which I would call our high-end indoor Wi-Fi access point, our 7600, we'll call that our mid-range Wi-Fi access point. The two of those devices will either give you the ability with the 7610 to offer the fastest possible speeds, or with the 7600 to support as many clients as possible. And then if you're looking for something with long range, or if you're looking to deploy something outdoors where you need something or need a weatherproof access point, our GWN 7600 LR. The LR stands for long range, is what you want for that. So full portfolio of access points, a variety of different controllerless technologies, either in the cloud or built into the web user interface for these devices, that comes to you for free to set up, control, and manage them. And again, another solution from the same manufacturer as all your other business communication solutions. All right, so we're into the fourth and final section. We are at, looks like 3 o'clock here, so we've been going for an hour. I'm going to do my best to keep this last section to 15 minutes. Let me just grab a drink of water before we jump into this. All right. So this last section, actually, let me take a step back. Our first three sections were aimed at giving you the basically the insight to expand your sales of Grandstream, to help you understand how to talk to customers or end users about, what are the real benefits of Grandstream, what are our competitive advantages, why should you choose Grandstream, basically. And so now what we're going to do is wrap up with the resources that we offer you here at Grandstream as resellers in terms of sales, marketing, and technical support tools and resources to get even more out of what you're doing or to support your efforts to sell more Grandstream. So the first thing that I will mention here is Partner Connect, which hopefully, I'm sure everybody here is familiar with our Reseller Connect platform. Last week, we basically released a new version of Reseller Connect that we call Partner Connect now. The screenshots that you see on the left that's actually the old portal, the old design, the old interface. So the new version of Reseller Connect, Partner Connect, which uses the same logins as that you would have had for Reseller Connect, is really just a new revitalized version, streamlined version of Reseller Connect. So Partner Connect offers a really seamless, streamlined, and much easier to use interface that allows you to better follow or get access to updates, news, and announcements, to see upcoming trainings, to interact with someone. So, or I'll get to that in a second. To access and download a variety of sales and marketing tools, to see upcoming webinars, to find out about new firmware updates, to download logos or graphics that you can use to promote your qualification as a Grandstream partner. And a couple of the new things that we've added to it is a whole section within Partner Connect that allows you to keep up to date with we'll call it our community section, where you can see our most recent social media posts, what's going on in social media, what we're talking about. Allows you to also, through the new Partner Connect, to file technical support tickets through Partner Connect. And I would encourage all of you to do that, because when you file those technical support tickets through Partner Connect, rather than through our help desk directly, it will be flagged as coming in through Partner Connect, and we'll go straight to the top of the list. So yeah, I would encourage you, all of you, and I hope that all of you are members of Partner Connect. Partnerconnect.grandstream.com is the URL. If you're not a member of Partner Connect, it is free to join. It gives you access to everything that I mentioned. It's basically a portal that is designed specifically for Grandstream resellers, channel partners, service providers, anyone that utilizes or deploys our technology to really keep up to date with what we're doing to get access to sales and marketing tools, which is actually something else that we're looking to expand as we go forward, to give you access to more customizable sales and marketing content that we have created that you can take and just kind of put your own logo on. So keep an eye out for more of that coming up. So yeah, free portal. You have to apply for it. But it is free to join. There is no cost, there is no qualifications or anything to be a member of Partner Connect, and it really gives you a portal dedicated to helping you expand your sales, have access to tools and resources, and keep up with news, announcements, firmware, webinars, trainings going on here at Grandstream. Actually, so let me just go back to this. Yeah, so if you're not, check it out, partnerconnect.com or partnerconnect.grandstream.com. If you're a Reseller Connect member and you just haven't been there this week, if you see Partner Connect, don't get scared. That is just the new version of it. The reason why we changed the name, just to kind of give you an idea, is the term reseller is used in certain parts of the world. It's not used in other parts of the world, and also the term reseller actually has different connotations in different parts of the world. So the term partner was just a little bit more streamlined and more inclusive to everybody, clear, while also giving us the ability to kind of build one centralized platform that can be used not only by our resellers, but also by our distribution partners and our service provider partners. So again, Partner Connect, check it out if you haven't already. Partnerconnect.grandstream.com. If you were a member of Reseller Connect, it's the same login information. All right, using Grandstream branding, this is a lot of, the next couple of slides I'm going to frankly tell you up front are kind of shameless marketing things that, I like to point out, just to allow us to really build the power of the Grandstream brand and preserve the power of the Grandstream brand. If we're all using it consistently, Grandstream, our resellers, our distribution partners, our service provider partners, if we're all using it consistently, not only the design but the messaging I've talked about here, then it's going to have a lot more value to all of us. You look at the best companies in the world, you ask anyone who's the best company in the world, and a lot of the answers you're going to get are things like Apple. And the reason for that is because they do such a great job of preserving their branding, of making sure everything's consistent, of having similar designs across the world, of having similar messaging and positioning. We'll get into that. And because of all of that, it allows their brand to just have so much power. And that's obviously what we're looking to do here at Grandstream, and what any brand is looking to do. So this slide talks about logo variations. You see, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? These are pretty much the 6 acceptable logo variations. You can download all of our logos from Partner Connect. You can also download from Partner Connect, which I will show you here. Just a slide. This is one of the pages within our branding guidelines. You can go to Partner Connect and download that. It's going to cover everything from logo variation usages, what you see here, to colors, to fonts, to basically give you the tools for your own marketing content to make sure it is designed consistently with our brand requirements. So there's a couple of different things here that I'll mention. Basically, we have 2 more or less different ways to use our logo. If you look on the left, there's the one on top, which I call the box logo, which puts that graphical logo on top of it. I prefer to use that, and I recommend that everybody uses that logo on the top left, because it allows us to maximize the size of and really focus on, in my opinion, that very beautifully designed graphical logo that we have. For other locations, you can also use the version where the logo is to the left of the Grandstream text. There are versions of each, the box logo and the rectangular logo, that have the tagline below it and that don't have the tagline below it. Feel free to use the G or that graphical logo on its own. We have our voice, video, data, mobility logo. Historically, that's kind of our UCM series logo, but I really believe it incorporates everything we do. It's something I created that I frankly love and use as much as possible, because again, it really goes to talk to the full advantage of Grandstream, the fact that our solutions provide full UC functionality. We also have, if you're looking to use our logo on a shirt, on a colored background, basically, we have a specific version, monochrome version made, white and black for colored versions. You can also use it in blue, which, as you can see, the graphical logo it kind of transitions in color from gray to blue to, we'll call it aqua blue. Obviously, in a monochrome version, you can't use those colors to kind of show motion, so there's those 2 little slits, as you see it, to kind of signify the 3D orientation of that logo. So again, apologize for the little shameless branding promotion here. As I mentioned earlier, check out Partner Connect to download the full branding guide, which is going to have logo usage, colors, fonts, the exact color codes for our colors, which you can see here, etc. Very simply, don't use our old logo. I'm going to be completely honest with all of you. I know there are still resellers that work with us, that are Partner Connect members, that were Reseller Connect members, that use our old logo on their websites, on various handouts, on social media. I would request that if you're doing that, please update everything to use our new logo. Frankly, and I'm sure you will all agree with us, the reason why we rebranded in the first place is because we didn't think that logo you see here is indicative of an innovative, state-of-the-art technology company, which is why initially we did the whole rebrand. In my opinion, this logo doesn't even look like it's a technology company. So let's stay on the cutting edge of everything, and let's make sure we're giving off a good impression of Grandstream and use that new logo. A couple of final things I got here for using Grandstream branding, specifically, I'll just, in no particular order. These are just some common mistakes that I see made. Correct usage of the word Grandstream. Grandstream is spelled, it is one word, it does not have a capital S. I've seen Grandstream written as grand, new word, stream. I've seen Grandstream written as grand, cap, and grand, or excuse me, I've seen Grandstream written with a capital S. Neither of those is correct. It is one word, no capital S. The G is capitalized and everything else isn't. Or if you're using it, like in the case of our logo, you'll notice that all of the letters are capitalized. But if you're just writing it out, please, Grandstream, capital G, one word, no capital S. Kind of another shameless marketing thing here, but this is also just marketing in general is please be aware of and make sure to properly use copyright and trademark regulations. As with any company, our logo, our tagline, our company name comes with copyright and trademark, or has been copyrighted and trademarked. Trademarked, I guess, actually is the proper thing to use here. And so basically what that means is, like with any other company, you cannot use that branding without, you basically can't use that branding as your own. And so basically, again, to be honest with you, what I'm getting at here is we've had some experiences with resellers in the past who essentially promote themselves as Grandstream fill in the blank country. So they're promoting themselves not as a local expert or as a local technology installer. They're actually promoting themselves as Grandstream in that local region. And believe me, I can see the reasons why you would want to do that, but it goes back to the branding stuff that I mentioned earlier. By doing that, you're essentially what happens is we lose control. All of us lose control of the Grandstream brand. It begins to not stand for one thing or have one consistent look and feel or one consistent messaging. It is then has a lot of different designs, a lot of different messaging based off of whoever, you know, essentially stole Grandstream and made themselves the our local representative within that specific area. And we've run into problems with this, and I can tell you the partner or some of the resellers that have tried to do that have also run into issues with it. If you're going to brand yourself as a representative of Grandstream and then the customer finds out you're not, and that you are basically or that you're a local reseller and that you don't work for Grandstream specifically, that's going to cause some relationship issues for you. So my best advice is to brand yourself, and I'm sure this doesn't apply to anyone here. There's only a couple of problems we've had with this. Brand yourself as a local expert, not as a Grandstream representative. So you are a local technology installer, integrator, expert within your region. You are extremely knowledgeable of local concerns, local services, local communication needs, basically, and that you are able to combine that with your expertise of Grandstream products to be able to customize and build solutions ideal for your customers. The last thing I'll mention here is properly reuse content, and really here I'm mainly talking about blogs. We put out a lot of great blogs and articles and whatnot, and we simply ask that if you're going to, and we want you to use this content to then further engage with your own customers. However, we just simply ask if you're going to reuse any of our content, just cite the original author or the original source, which would be us here at Grandstream. Again, all of this just to properly promote your relationship with Grandstream, to give all of us together the ability to keep our Grandstream branding as one design, or one basically to keep it consistent across the world in terms of design, in terms of messaging, to allow it all to have the power, to allow the brand to have the most power for all of us, while also differentiating yourself as a local expert. We're getting there. We're getting close to the end here, 3:15, so this is when I was hoping to end. So hopefully I'll be done in about 5 or 10 minutes here. A couple of just important sales things that I like to mention. Don't have to go into too much detail here. So we do have a minimum advertised price policy. We call it our MAP policy. All of you should be aware of that, and your Grandstream distributor should have made you aware of that. Basically what that is it's kind of like the branding, it's like the branding police activity that I just mentioned, but on the price side of things, where the MAP policy ensures that we're able to keep consistent margins, consistent pricing throughout our channels across the world, which really just maintains the health of the channel. It basically means that it prevents, I'm sure I don't have to explain this to you, but it prevents a race to the bottom. It basically ensures, that the pricing of all of our products in every region of the world is set at a price that allows all of our resellers, all of our partners to be competitive and to make money, because that's obviously what we're here to do at the end of the day. So that's why we're so insistent on the fact that our partners and all resellers meet that MAP policy. The other thing in terms of policing pricing and in maintaining margins and ensuring the health of the channel, I think it was 6 to 8 months ago we launched what we call Grandstream Shield. I will admit this program is not extremely built out, and really the reason for that is because this is a program that you're required to join if you are a reseller or a channel partner selling our products on public marketplaces. So if you're selling it on your own website or if you're selling it on your own website, you're fine. Grandstream Shield does not apply to you. However, if you're selling Grandstream products on Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, or any of those public marketplaces, we're going to require that you be a Grandstream Shield member. And if you're not, we're frankly not going to support the products that you sell there. And the reason for that is to, again, give us more ability to maintain pricing within these marketplaces, and then to also ensure that products being sold on these marketplaces were purchased from us, and therefore we will provide support for those products if they're sold by a Grandstream authorized seller on Amazon, eBay, or Alibaba. Again, this only applies to you if you're selling Grandstream products on those websites, those public marketplaces. If you are, within Partner Connect, you can sign up for this or submit an application for it. If you are selling, basically, if you're selling on those sites and you're not a member of Grandstream Shield, we will not provide support for the products sold on those platforms because basically we have no idea where they came from or if they were purchased as part of our MAP policy, if their products being resold for the second or third time, whatnot. That's the only reason for Shield. So these are just two programs to keep our pricing, and our channels healthy and make sure everybody can make money and enjoy the margins of our products. In terms of learning and certification, real quickly, two different options or two main options here for you. Starting on the right, obviously, go to grandstream.com/events/webinar at any point in time. You can see the full list of upcoming webinars. Our webinars are always free. They are really touch on a wide range of topics, from technical product trainings to introductions of new solutions to learning how to do learning a variety of technical skills. You can, again, sign up for any of those at grandstream.com/events/webinar. Stuff like today, these are basically great tools for you to, from the comfort of your own home or office, by logging onto a computer or using a mobile device, to learn a little bit more about Grandstream, see what's going on with us. If you're looking for a more structured, official learning and certification program, you want Grandstream Academy. Grandstream Academy is something we launched earlier in the year. It's essentially put an official name and program on something we've been doing for years. I'm sure many of you in attendance today have attended our in-person trainings around the world. Over the last 4, 5, 6 years, Grandstream Academy is now just gives that whole in-person training platform a official structure and an official portal. So academy.grandstream.com is the location. You can go there and sign up, and basically see all of our list of upcoming in-person trainings and sign up for them there. There are 3 different certification levels within Academy, and I'll go through those 3 levels in a second. Each one of these 3 levels exists within 3 different product categories. We have our VoIP and unified communication solutions, we have our networking solutions, and we have our facility access. So those are the 3 categories. Within those 3 products, we have Grandstream Certified Specialist, or GCS is what we call it over here. That is basically the lowest level. That is, in many cases, you can get a GCS level either from the introduction section of a professional level full-day in-person training, or a lot of our partners and a lot of our technical support teams are actually running this lowest level Grandstream Certified Specialist trainings just through 2 to 3 hour webinars that you can attend. The next level up is GCP, Grandstream Certified Professional. That is if you're looking to get certified in installing, managing, using Grandstream products, that's the level that you want, Grandstream Certified Professional. Those are going to be full day, or even in some cases 2-day in-person trainings that are going to teach you everything about setting up and installing, configuring, troubleshooting Grandstream devices in the product category that you choose. The highest level there is Certified Expert. That, I'll be honest, doesn't really apply to too many people. The Expert is mainly to allow us to train our partners to allow them to run their own training. So the Certified Expert would be the level required for us to allow you to run your own Grandstream trainings. So you can see all the upcoming trainings within the Academy. You can take the exams for these various levels. You can see your scores. You can track your certifications. You can renew your certifications. You can download official certificates or buttons or graphics to prove your certification. So that's all academy.grandstream.com. I will say that usually our trainings, I got this comment the other day that somebody went there and there aren't a ton of trainings there listed right now. Check back within the next couple of weeks. Our trainings are more or less planned on a 3-month basis. So at the beginning of each of our fiscal quarters, we'll kind of sit down and plan out the trainings for the next 3 months. Our current fiscal quarter ends tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. So in the beginning of July, probably the 2nd and 3rd week of July, is when we'll be announcing kind of our next set of trainings for the months of July, August, September, and October. So check back over the next couple of weeks or over the next couple of months for more trainings there. So those are your 2 different learning and certification options. Academy, an official certification program, whereas our webinars are just more ad hoc, free ways to allow you to learn more about Grandstream through your computer. All right, technical support, the options you have for technical support. Hopefully all of you are Partner Connect members, so we do have the Grandstream Help Desk. If you're a Partner Connect member, access the Help Desk through Partner Connect. Submit your technical support tickets through Partner Connect. This is a little bit of an old slide, I will admit, so I should have updated that. So if you're a Partner Connect member, Help Desk, you access locations to submit and receive responses to your technical support tickets through Partner Connect. If you're an end user, we offer this Help Desk feature. We have a great forum, actually, which has a lot of engagement going on. One of the things that I really love from the marketing side that I think's developed over the last couple of years is our resellers have really began to form a great community. They interact with each other, they engage with each other, they ask each other questions, they provide answers to questions or advice. You can get a lot of that from within our forums. Our engineers are also in there. In case you're having a problem that maybe you can't figure out or you're looking for some feedback on something, check out our forums. You're going to find a lot of great content in there. Similarly to that, our frequently asked questions section of our website, if you go to support, on there is FAQs, which you can find. Usually it's 15 to 20 different frequently asked questions for every single Grandstream product, which probably in most cases will be able to solve a lot of the common issues you're having. Additional technical support tools for you. I'm going to come back to tools, which is on the top after I go through the 2 on the bottom. In terms of firmware, grandstream.com/support/firmware is the firmware page on our website where you can see all of the most up-to-date firmware, read release notes, kind of learn what's new or bugs that were fixed. If you're looking to point your devices for auto provisioning or manual or automatic upgrade, push them to our HTTP upgrade server, firmware.grandstream.com. On our firmware page on our website, you can actually also sign up for our firmware email newsletter, in which every time new firmware goes out, you'll get an email about it with a link to download it and the release notes. If you're looking for how-to guides, user manuals, or anything along those lines, technical documentation, on any product page on our website, there'll be a button, Resources, to the right of the product image at the top. If you click on that, it will show you every single available technical document or resource that we have for that product. You can also find those resources by going to grandstream.com/support/resources and typing in the product you're looking for. In terms of tools, the tools that I'm mentioning here at the top, these are free software or other similar applications or software tools that allow you to get more out of your Grandstream products. They're basically free software that we have made to add even more value to our products or to make them easy to install and manage. And within this, these are all free. You'll find things like IP discovery tools, Grandstream Affinity, which is our CTI application for our IP phones that allows you to access the full functionality of those IP phones on any Windows computer. We have a variety of provisioning tools, XML config file generators, configuration templates, GUI customization options, phone book editors. What else do we have here? GS Search, which is just a local IP search, a bandwidth storage calculator. We also offer for free GDS Manager, the software platform that's going to allow you to track, manage, to track, manage, and coordinate your GDS devices for a facility access solution. What else? GS Manager is in there, which is a local deployment and provisioning tool that we provide for you. A lot of great stuff in there. Go to support. Go to our website. On the support menu, you'll see tools, and all of this will be right there. I see, as usual, I've got about a couple of slides left here. We're pretty much done. I see, as usual, I went longer than I thought. We're at about an hour and a half. So we'll be wrapping up here in just a moment, just a couple of last slides for you. I do appreciate your patience, and it looks like most of you stuck around, and pretty much everyone actually. So hopefully, or it seems like the content is as valuable as at least I think it is. So to wrap up here today, in order to kind of keep up with, and aside for Partner Connect and the emails you get from us and our website, I think that one of the best ways to keep up with us is through social media. We have, in my opinion, a great social media program. We're more active than pretty much any company within this industry, especially our direct competitors. I think we have some great, I think our social media accounts have some great personality. They not only provide resources, but some fun links to, some stuff that we're doing over here, some sneak peeks, some general industry thoughts, some cool stuff that we kind of see going on around us. So connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Again, one of the best ways to keep up with us, to see our latest content, news, sneak peeks, and also get tools and some tips and content to help your own marketing and help you promote Grandstream. We also have our blog, which I mentioned a couple of times. I should have removed this. You actually have to go to our website, grandstream.com, and then just click the blog in the top right. Unfortunately, blog.grandstream.com URL does not work. Our blog is, in my opinion, it's one of the strengths of our marketing programs. It's something we started about 2 years ago. It has a really great mix of Grandstream focus and industry-related content, stuff that's going to help you, whether it be just kind of learn about new technology or best practice uses of our products, and also touching on specific uses of Grandstream products or things you maybe didn't know about, things that our solutions can do. So check that out on our website. It's also great content for you to kind of turn around and use and promote and engage with your customers. As I mentioned earlier, I just ask that you kind of cite the original blog post back to us. We have a very detailed email marketing program, which I just mentioned earlier. Honestly, if all of you are here today, the main reason we promoted this, or way we promoted this, was through email. So you get all our emails. I don't really need to go into this too much. And the last thing that I have for you in terms of how to connect with us and and you know, another great sales and marketing tool and resource are case studies. We have specifically over the last year, it's something that I've kind of spearheaded, really increased the case studies or success stories that we have available. You can go to grandstream.com/solutions/case-studies, and you'll see my battery is going to die. Another reason why I guess we got to wrap up here pretty soon. Most of the case studies you're going to see that are published within the last couple of months, these case studies are great. I mean, I probably don't have to tell you this. It is the best marketing and sales tool for resellers, especially if you're looking to close a deal, or if you're looking to show what you can do, what your solutions can do, what Grandstream can do. We'll also give an example of what an actual real-life deployment, how that benefited another business. We have a variety of case studies on all our different solutions that are great for that. And one of the main reasons I'm mentioning this to you as resellers is, as resellers, system integrators, installers, you all have direct access and direct knowledge of how our solutions are being built. You also, in many cases, I'm sure, are also looking for marketing tools that can show what your business can do and what you have been able to do for other clients. We are always looking for more case studies, and specifically I can write a case study for you. If there's a deployment that you've done that you think would make a great case study that you would want to use to promote for your other customers, to show what you can do for them, what Grandstream can do for them, while also allowing you to promote your relationship with us, send me the information about that deployment. I have a questionnaire I can send you, or you can just send me basic information about it, and I will write a case study for you. It is a great joint sales and marketing tool that we can both use to do, again, expand our marketing and sell more Grandstream. So if you have any deployments you've worked on or might be working on that you think would make a great case study, let me write one for you. Send an email to marketing@grandstream.com, give us some information, or send an email there and ask me to send you the questionnaire for our case studies. All right, finally, that is it. I really appreciate everybody sticking through the webinar. We ran actually just about an hour and a half, because I think we started about 2 minutes late. So we ran for exactly an hour and a half. We went through a lot of different stuff. We covered everything from, kind of a little bit of a history on Grandstream, our value propositions, our vision, our mission, how our products stand out against the competition, what makes them so great, what our solutions enable you to do, the customizable, easy to use, easy to install platforms that they offer, and then we wrapped up by showing you some platforms, tools, programs that we offer to allow you to get more out of that, and also kind of covered some branding topics there to ensure that we all maintain the power of the Grandstream brand. So that wraps up everything I had planned for today. If you have any questions, didn't really see too many come in during the webinar, feel free to type them over to me through the chat right now. I will hang around and answer any additional questions that come in. And as I mentioned earlier, this webinar was recorded. I will send out the full video and audio recording of it. You should get that email tomorrow. It will most likely be a link to our YouTube page where you can download it just streaming within YouTube, or view it streaming within YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. And also keep an eye out for if you might be interested in attending this webinar again, or having someone else within your company attend it, another reseller you may know. Keep an eye out for that. We should be doing a couple more, probably in August and September. If you're looking for more trainings, more webinars, I would check our website probably in the second or third week of July, and there should be more trainings, more webinars for you to sign up for. As I mentioned earlier, we tend to plan them on a 3-month basis, and that 3-month period is just about ending now. All right, so without anything else, I want to thank everybody for being with us here today. I know it is a very busy time of year, not only being the end of the quarter for some of us, but also the summer for many of us. So please enjoy the summer. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to be here. If it's not summer for you, enjoy the weather, enjoy yourself wherever you are. Once again, thanks for being with us. We always enjoy interacting with you and appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to learn more about Grandstream. We hope to see you again soon, so we hope everybody takes care and has a great day. And for everyone else, if you have any questions, I'll hang around and kind of monitor the chat for a couple of minutes to see if any other questions come in. But if you have no questions, that's it. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. So it looks like, actually one question that I think is worth answering, I don't know how many people are still here, but a question that I missed through the Q&A, Jerry is asking, where do I get the code required to take an exam on the Academy? So that's a good question. The way that the Academy works is to take an exam, you have to attend a training. So for example, the lowest level, our professional level, some of those trainings are going to be in person. Most of them are going to be online. When you attend those trainings, either in person or online, at the end of the training, you would get a code. You would use that code to go back to your account within the Academy, enter that code, and the specific exam for the training you went to will then be presented to you. So again, you have to attend a training, whether it be in person or online, to get a code to take the exam. The majority of, actually not the majority of, but the main certification level, well, I can't remember it, the specialist level, is it specialist? Yeah. The specialist level, which is where you're going to learn how to install, set up, manage everything. That's really the getting into the technical nitty-gritty of setting up, managing, troubleshooting, whatnot. At those in-person trainings, after the trainings are over, you're going to get a code to take the exam. One of the reasons why we often ask everyone to bring a laptop to our in-person trainings, it's not only because you need that laptop to, learn how to set up and manage everything with the web UI, but now you also will take your certification exam on your laptop that you bring with the code that we give you. I think there are specifics in terms of the code where after you take an exam, the code and the exam that is for that code in the exam that is for that training will expire for a certain amount of time. So basically, the long story short here, to enable to get a code to take an exam on Grandstream Academy, you have to attend the training.